Hello and welcome to a Shanghai Mining Club video with me, Ollie O'Donnell, Head of Research at VSA Capital. I'm joined this morning by Andrew Monk, Chief Executive Officer of VSA Capital, to tell you about the last year and the first year of Shanghai Mining Club and what's going to happen in the year ahead. So Andrew, to kick it off, what is the Shanghai Mining Club?
Thanks, Ollie. Yeah, look, the Shanghai Mining Club actually is basically the rebirth or rebranding of the China Mining Club, which we launched last year in conjunction with Hive Exhibitions, which is the Africa Mining Indaba group, and also Moshi Capital in Johannesburg and our VSA Shanghai office and Koala Mining also in China. And we ran it last year very successfully. It was very successful for all the companies that joined. And what we've done this year is we've just rebranded it to the Shanghai Mining Club because we wanted to give it more of an international feel rather than being specifically focused on China, and also to broaden the appeal globally, because this, although we have our conference in Beijing annually, the appeal of this club has turned out to be very international, and people are picking up and finding it's useful all around the world, all around the year.
And with that sort of round the year coverage, what's included with that?
Okay, so the whole idea of the Shanghai Mining Club is that basically we offer a conference which will be at the end of October in Beijing, which will be a hybrid conference where the Chinese investors, and there'll probably be about 100 of them, will come into a conference center in Beijing, and then we will broadcast through Zoom or video conferencing the presentations by the company members into that conference. So that's the sort of the core of it. But then what we also do is we do video blogs like this for the companies all year round.
There's $16 trillion going into new green economy, energy transition. So that means EVs and offshore wind turbines. We're a pure play metal leverage on those two sectors.
We have a very different vanadium project from everybody else's, much more profitable, much easier to put into production, and much lower costs. We expect to be the lowest cost producer of vanadium in the world.
We as VSA Capital also talk about the companies in our podcasts, such as the 5-Minute Morning Miner.
Good morning and welcome to another podcast with VSA Capital, and delighted this morning to have Neil Herbert, the chairman of Ironridge Resources. Now Ironridge Resources is pretty popular at the moment. There's lots and lots of news flow coming out of it. Clearly it's got some very interesting gold assets, and gold is very popular at the moment. And this stock is definitely turning into what I would describe in a very polite way, the punter's favourite.
To make sure that you can convince people that mining is a cause for good, that can be a cause for good, both for the local people, the community, the countries, as well as shareholders as well. Because let's face it, without the metals that mining companies produce, you aren't going to get the green revolution that we're all talking about.
And we generally promote all year round. Then we also promote them on a WeChat blog that is run by Koala Mining inside China. And in general, we will help these companies out with any of their small issues. The one thing we don't do within that, it appears as though we do a sort of full corporate broking service, but we don't actually write the research. We simply help promote and keep the story out there and keep it live all year round.
And that conference event, that really was global, with Chinese companies presenting in the morning last year, Huayu Cobalt, in our summer gold webinar, Chifeng Gold, and other major corporations such as China Molybdenum. And we had a range of developers, producers, explorers. So which kind of companies should be looking to join the Shanghai Mining Club?
Look, you know what, in truth, every company really should think about joining the Shanghai Mining Club, because it's incredibly good value for money. And again, it's not all just about China, but you know, if you're looking to simply get your story out there into the international marketplace and with investors, then obviously by having video blogs and podcasts that we do on a daily basis, you get mentioned. Likewise, perhaps if you're just looking to source maybe equipment from China, our Chinese office, our Shanghai office can help you there. If you did want to do roadshows around China, admittedly at the moment it would have to be virtual ones, but we can help do those as well. So really anybody who would even consider perhaps going to a conference or doing marketing or just wants to get their story out there should consider it. And we're really very commodity neutral as well. I mean, clearly it's good for gold companies at the moment because gold has been popular, particularly out in China. But, you know, all the battery metal companies, they should all consider joining, because this is a space which, you know, China is clearly very involved, but the international community is very involved in. Critical metals, again, all of those should be in there. But also even, you know, base metals, you will find you will get interest from people following the Shanghai Mining Club.
And the global aspect is perhaps something that was slightly unexpected. So on the conference itself, we had a huge amount of investors, I think 80 outside of China, who are watching online. And we saw a big spike in volumes and share prices for member companies. So perhaps you can tell us about some of the examples for those.
Yeah, look, you know, it was very successful. I mean, you know, as an example, Tectonic Gold were presenting, and during their presentation, the share price went up 26%.
Yeah, very impressive. And we'll be looking for bigger and better things this year. So if you do want to know any more about the Shanghai Mining Club, then get in contact with Andrew or myself or any of the partner companies who are involved. And we're looking forward for better things this year.
Yeah, look, I think it's going to be a really exciting year. It'll be a really exciting conference. And again, you know, the cost of becoming a member is only $5,000. It really is very, very small. It's less than you pay to attend most conferences. And within that, you will get a full year's worth of coverage to a certain extent. So it's not, we're deliberately keeping this as a growing club and letting people join at a very good joining point in terms of value.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Andrew.